Hello, everybody. It's Bill with that college football guy. Another video. It's the recap for Week 9. We got we got some five-star performances. Actually, we had 6 5-star performances this week. We had 3 schools that seriously need to hit the gym, and one what the blue hell. And if you were paying attention on Twitter on X earlier this week, you know exactly who the hell that is. We also got to redo my top 25. Some changes, but not some changes. So, shall we get into this, if you don't mind? All right, first off, congrats off, as always, to top off all the subscriber schools who got wins this week. Boise State, Louisville, Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, Miami, Notre Dame, Kansas State, Ole Miss, Ohio, East Carolina, Iowa, Minnesota, Baylor, TCU, Bowling Green, West Virginia, Houston, Auburn, Fresno State, Colorado, Washington State, and Hawaii. He went there. Now, the 5-star performances, we had 6 of them here. Notre Dame beating Navy, 51-14. Top 25 battle, they blew them out. Big win there. Cal beating up on Oregon State, 44-7. I did not expect it to be that big, but they just got it done. Pitt beating up Syracuse. Speaking of a game I didn't expect to have happen, Pitt's defense is for real. Man, they just, wow, they had an impressive performance, winning 41-13. Oregon's demolition of Illinois, 38-9, was impressive. Miami blowing out Florida State, 36-14, and then Alabama taking the top 25 Missouri and shutting them out, 34-0. So we had 6 5-star performances from Pitt, Oregon, Miami, Notre Dame, Alabama, and Cal. So congratulations to those schools. 3 schools, however, got to hit the gym. You know, and I'm starting to Ohio State. Beat Nebraska 21-17. If it wasn't for a Jordan Hancock interception, you might have lost this game. Oh boy, 2 losses. That would have been a rough one again, especially losing. That was a tough road to go for you. Just sloppy play. Couldn't get drives done. It seemed like just uncharacteristic for Ohio State. Y'all got to hit the gym, get the reps in, get the cardio up. Something got to do better. I'm one of the people who did not call this a good win. Texas beats Vanderbilt 27-24. I'm still of the belief Vanderbilt had 2 losses. They were not worthy of being a top 25 school. There were some G6 schools that were far more worthy of that spot who should have gotten it. The only reason that they were in the top 25 because, you watched the Georgia-Texas game. They were trying to hand the game to Texas every way they could. It seemed like in that game. Now you make Vandy a top 25 team after they beat You beat Bama, don't put them in the top 25. Beat Kentucky, don't put them in the top 25. Beat a G5 by 14 points, you put them in the top 25. Why you would then? Because you're playing Texas next week to give Texas a top 25 win. That was it. And a blowout top 25 win, except they couldn't even do that. You let Vandy, there was no big lead in this game. Vandy got a shot to win this. It seemed like just you could not pull away. I don't know what the hell's going on, Texas, but y'all got to hit the gym because there's no excuse for that play. You got to get some reps in because, man, you be running some stairs or something after this because that ain't good. And Kansas State, we thought I forgot about you. You beat Kansas 29-27. Kansas, who's now 2-6. It's a rivalry game. Yeah, and you should have wiped the floor with them. You just let them hang around. Same thing that happened with Vandy and Texas. But this was Texas' first game against Vandy. Kansas was down, and you had a chance to seriously put some damage on them. And in the past, you've beaten them by 40. What's the excuse this time? You played phenomenally well, rushing the ball, 200 yards rushing. Kansas was doing all the same thing. What? Why? Y'all need to hit the gym because there's some problems there. And for what the blue hell? Oh, Liberty. Oh, boy. Kansas State beats Liberty 27-24. This was monumental for a lot of reasons. And if you follow me on X, Boise State fans, should Boise State be sending some thank you gifts to Kennesaw State because that bad of a loss by Liberty pretty much eliminates them from the G5 playoff spot? So shouldn't somebody from Boise State be sending some gifts Kennesaw State's way or sending a little thank yous or something or maybe some sponsorship on it or something to help somebody out because they did y'all solid. Let's be straight about this here. I looked at the game here. The monumentalness of this game. I'll give the monumentalness at the end of it. What was the difference? Both teams ran the ball well. Austin Welch hit the 41-yard field goal to give him a 27-17 lead, which pretty much iced the game late. Defensively, they're making plays. Um, Tyler Hallam, junior defensive back, 6 tackles, a pick, and 3 pass deflected. I forgot his name right here, and I apologize for that. But the big difference in the game to me was the quarterback play. Caden Salter versus Davis Bryson. Accuracy this entire game. Caden Salter threw for 206 yards, 3 touchdowns. They had 3 touchdowns. Okay, that was their pass. Drew Bryson only threw for 1 touchdown. They rushed for the other 2. 3 touchdowns apiece. Caden Salter threw for 206 yards. Drew Bryson threw for 189 yards. So you're basically the same. What's the difference? Caden Salter was 22 of 40. Drew Bryson was 16 for 20. Accuracy, efficiency. When Kennesaw State had the ball, they did not mistake it. Liberty had time after time after time and just could not get it done. Not only is this big because, number one, this is Kennesaw State's first, they charged the field. Yeah, it's their first ever win in FBS. That's a monumental occasion for any program coming up from FCS to FBS. That first ever win is a moment in the program's history because it's the first. First of many, but it's still the first. So congratulations to Kennesaw State to getting their first ever win. Not only that, you beat Liberty, who was undefeated, who was on an 17-game winning streak. This would have been their 18th straight. That 17-game win streak came to an end. And on top of that, they said, according to ESPN, so we'll get down there, the first time in 23 years, a team that was 0-5 or worse beat a team that's 5-0 or better. First time in 23 years that's happened, according to ESPN. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Take it for what it's worth. But congratulations to Kennesaw State. Liberty, what the blue hell? You just cost yourself dearly. All right. Now should we get to that top 25? All right. Last week's poll, for those of you, again, who don't know how to do my poll, I do it mathematically. I do not do it on, well, this guy looked good, this guy looked bad. I've been using this formula. I don't use opinion poll because opinions flake. If you actually judge it on the wins here, because I do a top 50, and based upon the thing that goes in here, I only announce the top 25. So you got to earn your way up. And it's based on my preseason rankings for you and how it goes from there. We get the point here. So we're going to get to last week's poll. Last week's poll, number 1 was Oregon, number 2 Georgia, number 3 Notre Dame, number 4 Clemson, number 5 LSU. Stopping right there. So we're saying, wait a minute, Notre Dame up there? I do the polls based on this. Explain this here. If you're number 1, you're worth 1 point. If you're number 25, you're worth 25 points. If you get a win, points are deducted from your score. If you lose a game, you win a game, points are taken off. If you lose, points are added on. And win-wise, like a top 5 win is worth more than a top 25 win, which is worth more than a Power 4 win, which is worth more than a G6 win, which is worth more than an FCS win. And blowouts, 18 or more, are worth more than regular wins. It's a chart that I have. That's how I do this. So it's not opinion, it's math. So that way the opinion goes away with this here. And a lot of people on there is like, it's not on there. It says, well, the fact is some schools that you guys think are good, and all of a sudden they'll be on the poll and they drop off. I don't even have them on. Because mathematically, if I looked at what they've done, they haven't done enough. Big enough wins to get there. Now, like I said, Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame, Clemson, LSU are the top 5. Number 6, Penn State. 7, Texas. 8, Miami. 9, Tennessee. 10, Missouri. 11, Ohio State. 12, Kansas State. 13, Texas A&M. 14, Alabama. 15, Boise State. 16, Indiana. 17, Iowa State. 18, Ole Miss. 19, UNLV. 20, Illinois. 21, Army. 22, BYU. 23, Pitt. 24, Georgia Tech. 25, Michigan. Hard to believe, folks. Michigan's only got 3 losses. I figured they had 19 by now. That was bad if they were playing early on. But no, they don't. This week's top 25, well, one thing I can tell you is we have a 4-way tie for the biggest climb of the week and one big, huge drop of the week. Number 1, with their win over Illinois, surprise, Oregon stays number 1. Up 1 spot to number 2 is number 2 is Notre Dame. One of the 4 schools that climbed 5 spots to a spot this week. At number 3 is Miami. Up 2 spots to number 4 is Penn State. Down 3 spots to 5 is Georgia. Why am I dropping Georgia? Like I said, points go up, and like if you lose a game, losing to a top 5 is fewer points added, but is worth less than losing to a top 25 is more points. A4 is more points added. G6 is more points added. FCS is more points added. You don't play, it's a 0. I don't give you credit for not playing because everybody's going to have the same number of buys, so and everything is going to balance out in the end. So Georgia dropped 3 spots to number 5. Up 1 spot to number 6 is Texas. Down 3 spots to number 7 is Clemson. 2 at here, 8 and 9, both up 5 spots from last week. With the other 2 of the 4 schools, the biggest climb of the week. Texas A&M is at 8, and Alabama's at 9. Up 1 spot to number 10 is Ohio State. Up 1 spot to 11 is Kansas State. Up 3 spots to number 12 is Boise State with their victory over top 25 UNLV, although they're barely top 25. Foreshadowing. Down 4 spots to number 13 is Tennessee. They didn't play. Down 9 spots because of that loss to A&M to number 14 is LSU. Up 1 spot to 15 is Indiana. Up 2 spots to 16 is Ole Miss. Down 7 spots thanks to that shellacking from Alabama. Number 17 is Missouri. Fourth school that made the climb up 5 spots to number 18 is Pitt. Down 2 spots to 19 is Iowa State. Didn't play. Up 2 spots to number 20 is BYU. Up 4 spots to 21 is Michigan. They beat Michigan State barely, but they still got on 3 losses. They're not that crazy here. Down 1 spot to number 22 is Army. Coming back in the top 25, number 23 is SMU. 2 schools down 5 spots at 24 and 25 respectively, UNLV and Illinois. Illinois only has 2 losses on the year, the same as UNLV. Basically, for these, except for a couple of notable exceptions, which is Michigan being the notable one. Pretty much in the poll here, if you have 3 losses, you're pretty much done. There are some exceptions here, but for the most part, that's what it is. It's 2 and 1 loss or undefeated. It's starting to shake its way out. So, again, to recap my top 25, that top 25, Oregon's 1, followed by Notre Dame, Miami, Penn State, Georgia, Texas, Clemson, Texas A&M, Alabama, Ohio State, Kansas State, Boise State, Tennessee, LSU, Indiana, Ole Miss, Missouri, Pitt, Iowa State, BYU, Michigan, Army, SMU, UNLV, and Illinois. And, of course, there's 26 through 50, but I'm not going to announce those because I'm not going to do that timed here. But I've done my business here. What game this week surprised the hell out of you? You're like, Liberty losing to Kennesaw State. Liberty have been barely winning some games because people thought, why is Liberty not my top 25? Because you're barely beating G5s, G6s. Versus schools like Indiana, who are beating A4 schools by 40 points. Style points count with me. And you barely win. Yeah, you're going to get up the poll, but you never hit top 25. With that one loss, you're not out of the top 50. But you're nowhere near 25 right now because a loss to a G6 school is a bad luck, and especially to a 0-loss school. But still, it's the same thing. I don't rate differences on the 0 losses, but man, it's it's going to be bad. But I've done enough talking, so why don't you let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. So thanks, everybody, for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor, smash the like button, hit the thumbs up, and this helps with the algorithm, helps YouTube to know, hey, we like this video. Keep promoting it. Comment on the video. What game that you were surprised the most at? The game you enjoyed the most this week? My top 25, you agree, disagree? Most likely you're going to disagree with it. Where did I get it wrong? What school did I have ranked that shouldn't be ranked at all? What school who's not ranked? I know a lot of people are saying, like, Washington State, why isn't it on there? Washington State, you barely beat San Diego State, and they're about as bad as Kansas. So I don't give you credit for crappy wins. You have to win with style. San Diego State, hey, they're not that good of a team, and you barely beat them. So you're on the outside looking in right now. You're close. One-loss team, you're close to the top 25, but no, you're not there. So I got to message that. In fact, I'll let you know right now. Look here, 26 to 50 sheet. They're 26. You just missed. Right now, it's just like the neck and neck and neck. Point-wise, it was just basically as close as Washington State, Navy, Memphis. Those are the next 3. Navy got the one loss, but they're dropping off. But they're down there. Memphis is coming up, and they're going to be getting in soon because some of these other schools here are going to be falling off. And Memphis, if they keep going, are going to get in. Navy, all depends if Army stays undefeated and Army-Navy game comes in. But the problem is, like, Navy lost to Notre Dame. That's not a conference loss. That has nothing to do with the American. That's a non-con game. They're still, undefeated in conference play. So the fact is, Army can be undefeated, Navy can be undefeated. This can be crazy in the American. American has some crazy conference schedule going on. But like I said, let me know what you think about that in the comments. Share the video if you want to, and if you haven't done already, check out some of the videos I've done. Give a like and hey, subscribe to the channel. Just appreciate the help you get on there. Appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. If you want to follow me on the craziness that is Twitter, that is X, the link will be in the description. So thanks everybody again for watching. Next week's schedules, I'm going to have my pick video coming up. We don't have any subscriber schools because my picks, I do the AP Top 25 or the College Football Playoff Top 25 whenever that finally decides to come out. And any subscriber school that's not in that Top 25, I'll be doing those picks as well. No games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the first time in 2 weeks. We have Friday games and Saturday games, so I'll be doing my picks probably on Thursday. I've been ignoring the A4. We got to do a little bit of a check on to see how everybody's doing on there. Who's got a legitimate chance to go through each conference? Who's got a shot to go in there? Who's me playing spoiler? That's going to be during the week. I might push the pick video game to Friday morning right before the Friday game so I can do the A4 schools, A4 conferences, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, SEC Monday through Thursday. So that way those videos will get done. I'm going to be recording those out on the road because I got a lot of stuff to do around the house. So you may see me in the truck for those videos. But I might, you know what, I think I probably record the ACC one here. I think I got enough time to pull that one off. Past that, we'll see. All depends how fast I can get these errands done. There's just a lot of stuff to do. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Everybody's having a great Sunday. Whew. Week 10. It's almost November. Where's the college football season gone? Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you're enjoying everything, and please have a great day. And please be good to each other.